Deputy sheriffs are trusted to be upholders of the law, but what happens when people aren't who they appear to be? We'll show you a ghost town where such trust was betrayed, next on Ghost Towns and More. Deep in the southeast corner of Arizona, along the banks of the San Pedro River in Cochise County, is the place where a number of railroads once converged as a major transportation hub. The historic town of Tombstone was experiencing a major silver boom just a few miles to the east, and this new location by the San Pedro River was the perfect intersect for shipping goods and ore in and out of the region. A new town was formed named Fairbank after a Chicago investor, Nathaniel Kellogg Fairbank, a major shareholder in the railroad company that built the line into the area. Fairbank was dedicated and a new post office opened on the same day, May 16, 1883. And unlike its contemporary neighboring towns, was not a mining boomtown. Its economy relied on the profitability of the railroads coming into it, as well as being a major stage stop. Several shops opened up in town in addition to the railroad depot, and although Fairbank never had a population of more than in the low 100s, it was vital for the stability of other towns nearby, especially Tombstone. Fairbank had just become well established when the mines in Tombstone flooded, having a domino effect on the regional economy. This caused some residents to pack up and move away. The residents of Fairbank kept the town going as there were still shipping and transportation needs in the area. But one night in September 1890, the nearby San Pedro River overflowed its banks. When people awoke to the alarm of flooding, many of them had to run for their lives. Several homes and structures were destroyed or damaged in the flood, and this was enough to convince some of the people to close up shop and move away. The railroads continued to come into Fairbank for passenger service and freight, providing employment and mail service in the area. This went on for about 10 more years. Train robberies were common during the 1890s and took place mostly on lonely stretches of railroad track, far from where lawmen wouldn't have enough of a chance to catch the bandits. But there were some who thought it was just as easy to hold up a train in town. In 1899, two men, Bert Alvord and Billy Stiles, and their gang of bandits held up a train in the nearby town of Cochise. They robbed the crew at gunpoint while using dynamite on the safe and got away with thousands of dollars. But on the night of February 15, 1900, the Alvord gang, consisting of 5 more men, planned to hold up the train when it pulled into Fairbank, that supposedly was carrying the payroll for Army officers. As the train came to a stop, Jeff Milton, a lawman, was inside guarding the rail car when the bandits yelled for him to put his hands up. The bandits opened fire, and one of the shots struck Milton in the shoulder, causing severe injury and bleeding. Acting quickly, Milton made a tourniquet for his arm, then hid the key to the payroll safe behind some luggage before falling unconscious. The robbers could not find the key, but assumed Milton was dead and were unable to open the safe, so they all fled. With the robbery foiled, some of the bandits were caught and confessed that Alvord and Stiles were not only orchestrators of the crime, but were also local deputies. Fairbank struggled to survive after the mining boom years, and droughts and other hardships convinced many to leave. The trains eventually stopped coming, the tracks were all taken up, and the school closed down in the 1940s. The post office called it quits in the 1970s, and the town was completely abandoned. In 1986, the Bureau of Land Management purchased the land in and around Fairbank, and it became a conservation area. Dedicated volunteers helped restore some of the buildings, and today Fairbank is a historical site where visitors can come and enjoy self-guided tours and follow interpretive signs that tell the history of each building. Fairbank is an excellent historical ghost town to visit and is open daily. While in the area, there are many other historical sites and ghost towns to see, such as Tombstone, Gleason, and Cortland.